Each week, Val and Amber make royal predictions and track breaking news headlines. January 24th, Val reads Donald Trump's chart.
Woof! This is huge! Oh my God.
February, a connection with Putin and a royal official.
I wonder if it has to do with Putin between now and May.
February 18th, the US goes on the offensive against Ukraine.
It is a royal shock.
February 18th.
This Seven of Wands, this card is about boundaries and borders.
10 days later, a showdown at the White House. March 2nd, King Charles is thrown into a new role.
Welcome to Royal Revelations. I'm Astrologer Val Evans. It is Friday, March 7th, and Amber with Taurus Moon Tarot, and I will be making predictions and focusing today on world headlines, the UK, and the royal family. Someone is getting zapped. Who is it and why? Amber and I are going to look at the clues today. Even if you don't know anything about astrology, you'll probably love how we break down world tabloid headlines and omens every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. GMT. So when you hit that subscribe button, you'll get your weekly notification. If you're new here, we show you how to make your own predictions by teaching you how to review your solar return chart that reveals your monthly forecast. For anybody who's interested in a reading with Amber, it is so interesting and so fun. So definitely check out Amber. You can actually go to her YouTube page, but you can also email her at ambertarot333@gmail.com. And as always, if you want to book a reading with me, astrologywithval.as.me. Here are my books on Amazon, The Secret Career Code and Forensic Astrology 101. Definitely check out the Duchess Meghan prediction. We use some of the lessons in that Secret Career Code book on how to read a job chart. And that's what we do for this last show. So that's pretty interesting. Tonight, I will be on for the members, and that is the Idaho 4. So we're going to be talking about the 911 call and the chilling texts, all of the updates for Coburger tonight. That's 9 p.m. Eastern. We were talking about Duchess Meghan for some time now. Yeah. And she has this new Netflix show. And how funny is it that Uranus represents fast and Taurus represents food, fast food. And one of the first things that happened after Duchess Meghan's Netflix show came out was a shout out from Jack in the Box, a fast food restaurant, thanking her for mentioning them in her first show. So, that's the first house. That's your identity. That's what people see around you. And she was talking about her early years as a kid. And so it's kind of introducing people to what she was exposed to as a child. So, and apparently it's Jack in the Box tacos are pretty good. So we were going through all of that. That's in the Meghan show. So you have to check it out. Now I have, first of all, actually, before we even get to 2 questions for Amber, did you want to share with me some of the things that you saw for this coming week?
I do, because I couldn't wait till you started, because the little glitch that we encountered actually makes sense, because I shared that 8 of Wands in that clip, and I have the 8 of Wands, and I also have the Page of Cups in reverse with the 4 of Cups. And all totaled, I'm reading this as a couple of things. Resignation. To me, it's also like a Dear John letter. It's like an email or a communication of some kind. 8 of Wands, communications, text, something like that. And it's like a breakup or someone quitting something. And I asked for clarification, and I got the Magician, which is more Mercury, Virgo energy.
And your Prince William card.
Right.
So,
It It's someone quitting something. It's someone taking a step back and communicating that with that Eight of Wands.
Okay.
And it could show some kind of dissatisfaction in some way with the Four of Cups. It's like you're dissatisfied and you're like, I'm not doing this anymore.
Okay.
I keep thinking breakup letter.
Good for him. A
Yeah.
breakup letter.
It's like a
Yeah,
breakup.
maybe it could be something as innocuous as just saying he doesn't have time for another charity or something like that. Could be something like that. Let's see. Michelle, you said, good evening, darlings, on the train leaving London Bridge. London, at last we have sunshine. That's wonderful. That's good to know. And Angel, please take a second to click the like button, subscribe, and turn notifications to all to support Val. Thank you so much. And Angel the Babe is with us. Welcome. KK, thank you. It's, it was the time, I don't know why, but I got my hair done during Venus retrograde. Yes, and you did too. And we did fine.
It came out.
It came out okay.
Yes.
And I think it's because we didn't try anything daring. We did what we did before. Did you use the same person?
Same person.
Me too.
Yep.
So we were good. So if you need to get your hair done, go for it. It might even get done better.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. So, all right. So I got 2 questions for you.
Okay.
This has to do with Duchess Meghan, and it has to do with Princess Catherine. And I've got many more positive things that I'm going to say today. But in this case, these are challenges for both of them. Each of them have someone in their inner circle. I'm not going to say who, but I can see it from their birth charts. Let's start with Duchess Meghan. There is someone in her life, in her inner circle, that has an anger problem. And she has to deal with it. And at least from what I'm seeing from a birth chart. And I wondered if you could tell us what the cards would say regarding that.
Ooh. King of Wands. Is it a man? Could it be a man that has some power, control, money?
Yes, it is a man. So yeah, let me go over here.
The wheel. And it's funny, you have the wheel card in that image. This is someone who controls her fortune. I mean, this is your fortune. I don't know. Or has power in that way over money. What is that?
Oh, so there might be arguments about money, maybe.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's difficult when you're very close to someone who is very passionate with how they feel. And it may be due to outside circumstances. So that is a challenge. I think about that sometimes with Duchess Meghan. She doesn't have it perfect. I mean, of course, she's got to deal with all the bullying. But then on top of it all, there's somebody who's a bit blustery in her immediate circle, which is a very big challenge. And so for Princess Catherine, I wonder if you could tell me, does someone in her inner circle have a gambling problem?
Oh, I did pull the Leo card, which is gambling. Wow. The Lovers. They might have more than one addiction or one problem, more than one problem.
Whoa.
That's a yes card to a yes, no. Yes. And it's like a self-induced prison. It's a very, very tough place to be if this person does have some kind of struggle with addiction.
These ladies have issues just like anybody else. And so, something to think about. I'm going to talk about omens and symbols for a little bit. And here's one. Kim Kardashian, her inflatable, got a big Skims promo in Times Square. This is a gigantic Kim Kardashian. Now, she is Scorpio. There's so much Scorpio with her. So this could be a lot of Scorpio types of energy. But it can also represent something. Well, she's also lying down. So it's almost like she's sleeping, which is Pisces. Blue bikini, Pisces. Skims is also kind of Scorpio, I guess. So could represent something like inflation, maybe. Inflation is ahead. A gigantic blow-up doll. All right. And then we also have in the Oscars, we had some trends with regard to pillow dresses. So lots of
Interesting.
things that look like maybe pillows, more
Yeah.
Neptunian things.
Yeah.
And also, we have the whole thing with Elon Musk. His rocket launched, and it was called Starbase in Boca Chica, Texas.
Yeah.
And so, and it didn't do so well. I guess it exploded.
Yes.
And then we've got a big spy ring, and this just came out this morning.
Yeah.
There was a lot going on in the past year that we didn't really hear about, but
Mhm.
we are talking about some serious Russian spies that were just convicted.
Yeah.
And it's a big story. It's in The Guardian if anybody wants to read it today.
Yeah.
So we've got lots of Neptunian types of things, lots of those types of omens. I don't know. Have you seen anything that catches your eye lately in the news or just in daily life?
Yes.
Oh.
One of the interesting, and this is maybe you'll tell me if it's Neptune, but
Mhm.
for some reason the algorithm has found me,
Oh,
and
no.
I'm seeing a lot of AI videos of the royals where it's King Charles dancing with Meghan Markle, or it's William, but it's AI, and they're not purporting it to be them truly, but I'm like, people are just getting creative and showing them in these scenarios that are not real, but they look so real.
That is amazing because I have not seen that yet.
I can't now unsee it.
Wow.
Once you see
And
it.
yeah, and the other thing too is the only thing I saw that was AI that everybody's kind of it was a big joke was Zelensky slapping President Trump and then he fell back. Did you see that one?
Yes.
That
Yes.
one was shocking. Like we haven't seen stuff like this
Yeah.
before. It's
No.
kind of weird. Yes, Eleanor, we were talking about spies a lot. Angel, that is too funny. You said puffy like P. Diddy. Would never have put that together. So April, hello from England. And yeah, the magician. Zebra Girl's here. Welcome, Zebra Girl. Brenda's here. And Manda from Wales. I'd be interested to see what the Sussex people, and even if you're not in Sussex, what you think about Megan taking on the Sussex last name. I don't even know if that's ever been done before. Oh, wow, Val, BML, Scorpio, dark-haired female spies. More validation, right? Charles is saying what music he likes is that Neptunian. I was thinking about that too. He just promoted a playlist. It's funny how it is very strategic how they release this information. Very strategic. And it's like, well, let's put out something that's positive maybe. And I think it was Kylie Minogue. Can't get you out of my head. Everybody's playing that because that's on his playlist.
So
And so it's kind of funny. But yeah, that would be Neptunian for sure. I know that meme, right? And Jan, you said, yep, name Wales, commonly used by the Duke and Duchess of Wales. Okay, then, case closed.
Yep.
And yes, they went by the last name Wales in school and military. So no big deal. Jan, you're late, but that's okay. We missed you. We were just looking at omens. We were talking about a train a little while back. And how about the fact that there was a discovery of a World War II bomb north of Gare du Nord, where rail workers were putting up a new bridge over the railway lines. There was no surprise in the discovery of this bomb because, in fact, there was a bomb expert with a crew that were doing the digging. Actually, Eurostar, I think, they are stopping service for a little while. There's World War II types of themes. That's what I'm getting from that. And then also, we've got the whole Hackman thing, which, of course, we can tie Gene Hackman back to Superman, which is Leo. And hacking. So hacking is on my mind lately. And with Gene Hackman in the news, and of course, his tragic death, it makes me want to put that little theme together somehow. This is the March 9th chart. And what we do is we look at midnight for the beginning of every week. And we check out what the clues are in that chart. The personality of the chart is still in Scorpio. So we're talking about some serious scorpionic types of themes. If I want to look at some clues, let's say for England, I can't help but look at Leo because Leo is the kingdom. and it's up there in the 9th house. So what does that mean? Well, England surely is in international headlines right now. We're trying to figure out if King Charles can help the basically Europe and Keir Starmer negotiate. And they're trying to figure out the way forward.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do at this point is we're going to look at the Lord of Leo, which is the sun, and see where that is. And the sun is at 18 degrees. It is at the bottom. It's very, very strong, right on the 4th house. So that's the House of Commons. So you're really seeing, it's almost like the king comes into the commons and they're all like talking.
Right.
It's historic. I think it really is.
Yeah.
And so there is this grand trine. This is very good because it shows part of fortune. Part of fortune is your success. It's right up here with the moon and Mars. It shows massive success. 8th house can be real estate. It could be other people's homes, which is Cancer. Cancer is homes. It's a domestic issue that they're talking about, not just an international issue here. So you could see all of that coming in. It seems positive to some extent.
Yeah.
And Saturn also represents to return to something. It seems as if the kingdom is reminding everybody about history too. Saturn represents history. So there could be some kind of dialogue about that. But in the middle of all of that, we have an opposition to the South Node. And the South Node is in Virgo. So the South Node, when it's in your chart, and it is, red, got some red lines like squares or oppositions, it usually means that somebody is kind of sad or in despair. And so there is an opposition here with Saturn and the Sun. So this could be an older royal. It could be a lot of things, but let's look and see what Virgo is first. Now, if you are interested in finding out clues, a good book is the Rulership book. This is what I got from the book this morning. I just looked and listed a few things that Virgo represents according to the book. Interesting about how servants and butlers, and something's happening where even journalists, military matters, and especially civil servants, a lot of them are very sad right now because of that opposition with the South Node. But the good news, though, and by the way, remember it says New England? Weird how this comes up in the news, which is a JetBlue pilot. He committed suicide, and he's from New England. He's from Boston. There could be some New England types of themes, but here's the good news about this. It's like a plan B. When you have a blue line and a red line, you've got a plan B. It almost looks like you've got a plan C too. You've got 2 planets here that mean to change or to transform. So we might be hearing in the news that people are like, fine, you don't want me, I'll go over here. This is just for the world predictions, and then we're going to get to the royals. But who is making a big change right now?
I also did pull 2 astrological cards. It's the Pluto and the opposition card. So interesting that you're sort of highlighting that in this chart.
Right. It's like trying to transform, but there are maybe delays, or, you're just overall kind of depressed about what's happening sometimes.
Oh, and we asked who it could be. Queen of Swords in reverse. That's a female. It's a masculine type of woman. It's a very masculine type of woman.
Okay.
And in the reverse, it's like they go quiet, they go silent, or they say something regrettable.
Oh.
So we might see some regrettable language. Ooh, it could be somebody speaking out against the royal family. Like a female
Yes.
might say something that's
and they regret it maybe.
they can't put it back in.
No.
Yes.
Yeah. Someone with a sharp tongue, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Traditionally, the Queen of Swords is a redhead, but in this particular deck, she has very dark hair. So,
okay. King hosting Ramadan celebrations at Windsor Castle and talking Arabic, according to newscasters. Yes, good one. And also the the whole thing with Trump and Muslims it's quite a kerfuffle happening in the news with potential for banning certain Muslims in the U.S. So definitely Scorpio is the Muslim world and Middle East. So Gibson, hi everyone. I'm watching from Cincinnati. Love this group. Funny, kind, smart souls here always. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a great place. If you don't know any astrology at all, we have an international group here. Great to interact with them from week to week. So we hope you can join us. And Christy, you said it sure has been raining and windy. Yeah, that's in Australia. Thanks, Diane. Jan, you said businesses owned by Yorks and Wales are registered on UK companies' house records. Very common. Yes, going back to the Sussex. April, you said the people of Sussex frown upon the Sussex title. I wonder if the Wales people frown upon using the Wales title. April, you said King Charles won't get involved in politics. Head of state only. Starmer runs the UK. Yeah. Questions on whether King and Starmer are now converted. There's questions about that? That's weird. QE2 didn't do politics. Charles and Will, very different. Yeah, and it does look like that they're trying to placate certain people, in my opinion, says Angel. And Elphaz, nice to see you. That's a good point, Jen. Wouldn't that be interesting with all of the controversy Diana being with Al-Fayed caused? It's so nice to have a group of people with a memory to some of the old scandals. Oh my God, they were in such an uproar. So, oh, Gibson, that's so sweet. Thank you so much. Who set up Diana with Al-Fayed? Obviously Dodi, but who maybe made that early connection with his dad? I think it was in that last documentary or the last movie about it, about Diana and Dodi. But anyway, and yeah, so this grand trine means success. It means change and transformation. This is good. This is very good. And this could have something to do with workers, with the military. They are switching. Everybody's having to switch and maybe even return to an old job, because when you see a blue line, and this is something I'll say when I talk to people in readings, if you see that blue line and Saturn, it shows that you have the option to return to something. They will welcome you back. I've got Queen Camilla up here, and this is her transit chart. And then I'm going to get to all of the bombshell email, but I couldn't help but look at the fact that this is going to be in the summertime. Sometimes when you see Black Moon Lilith against Jupiter, which is your husband acts strange, acts differently. It's just for a little while. It is squaring Saturn in her first house. Remember, the first house is identity. He doesn't want her doing something, it looks like, and he's not very nice about it. Maybe it's something that she feels an identity to, but this is like a no. And it would be, since Black Moon Lilith moves on, it seems temporary to me. What kind of controversy between Charles and Camilla could there be?
No, but when you started to say that, I got the chills just up my body. That was strange. That wheel keeps coming out. Yeah, I mean, if it is opposing energy. The wheel is about, faith and belief and sort of allowing things to unfold naturally as they should and having good fortune in doing so. But this is like, how can you be stressed to this degree and be sort of mentally unwell? This is a mental card, 9 of Swords. It's about the family, a dispute in the family. That 10 of Cups keeps coming out.
Okay.
I have to point this out, or the work she's doing. But this card, can you see the children? Do they look like anyone we've not seen or seen?
Yes.
Even the ages?
The Sussex kids?
Yes.
Wow.
They do.
Oh my God. Woo. Now I got the chills. And remember a couple of shows ago, we were saying how we might start seeing the kids. I mean, that's what the chart was showing us. Yeah. We might start seeing their kids. And sure enough, it's been like a month or so, and they come out. So the charts were able to show. Yeah, I agree, Angel D. The actors who portrayed Diana were amazing. I recently watched a collage of them on YouTube. I know it's hard not to cry. Yes, me too, Gibson. I love a blue line with the Saturn aspects. And Zebra, you said you're from Rosarito Beach, Mexico. The wind was so bad, 70 miles an hour. That's a lot of damage was done to roofs. It was crazy, scary last night. Wow. Okay. Will won't be an official Prince of Wales. He's not having an investiture as Charles did. Okay. And thank you guys so much for being civil and talking about these things. I know not everybody has the same point of view, so it makes it easier on us so that we can get through the show.
Yeah.
All right.
The final card for Camilla's conflict was the Tower. Shared the 10 of Cups. This was the final card. I mean, this is Pluto. And this is, big change for her. She's going to do something very different.
Yeah, and it has to do with her identity, and it almost seems like something is very sad for her for a little while. Like, well, how could you block this in such a mean way? And that is that unempathetic Black Moon Lilith, which will pass, and they will recover from that. But it's you know how I feel about it.
Yeah.
And okay, so yeah, and there is that. Oops. You can see that aspect there to Venus and Saturn and Pluto. So this is like a ton of older women because Pluto is like lots and lots.
Yeah.
Venus in Leo. Now, keeping in mind, Venus is going to be moving along. So it'll at this time, Venus will be in Leo.
Yeah.
And
Women in the family?
maybe women in the family, yeah. Or an older woman or something. I don't know. All right, yeah, older woman would be Saturn plus Venus.
Yeah.
Okay, and if you're interested in pulling your own solar return, we look at solar returns for people as well as events themselves, but you can go to AstroSeek and click on the year of your last birthday, and then you're going to click the solar only tab and not the solar birth. It's much easier to read and see your calendar. All right, so I'm going to look at the evening standard for a second, and we look at this from time to time. Let's see if I can get it a little bit bigger. Not really. Hold on, let me see if I can get it bigger. Yeah, it's not letting me do it. Okay, and all right, I lost Amber for a second, but I think Amber, you can see it.
Yes.
And we've got, this is the solar return for the Evening Standard News. And we right now are in, this would be May, this would be April, this is March, okay, and March 11th. So we're going to be hitting the 10th house for the solar return in a few days on the 11th. And we've had our eye on Saturn squaring this group of people for a while. This is Gemini. It could be the Pope. It could be something that they're covering for the Pope because Gemini is Italian and Pisces is Catholic. The Lord of the 10th house is Neptune. So Neptune is actually, it's starting to activate now. And so why do we look at the solar return for the Evening Standard? It kind of reflects what the news is going to be. Neptune opposing this evil Black Moon Lilith. Someone is coming up. I don't know who this is, but this is a very, very evil energy here. It's somebody who's bringing down, actually, you know what it could be? That could actually be the Pope. Black Moon Lilith can sometimes be disease. Yeah. So disease brings down a figure of something. So maybe you could tell us, what do you think when you see that Neptune opposing Black Moon Lilith?
Bad medicine, right? The Judgment card in reverse. I mean, this imagery of this deck, the Light Seer deck, is like the soul leaving the body. But it's in reverse, which is interesting that you say evil. So a difficult exit. Okay. We might hear about some difficulty around that. As above, so below. Interesting.
we are already seeing how the spy ring fell in a
Mhm.
sense. So that's being reported on. So that could be too something.
Mhm.
Neptune can also be Russia. So we might be seeing something where really they're being blasted. This is speaking of spies and Russia and all of that stuff. This is King Charles progressed transit. Now, this is where you really want to see the nitty gritty. Go to the progressed transit. So, this is the green little symbols are the progressed planets for King Charles. And at the moment, he has got a little stellium here. It's Mercury and Neptune. These are thieves. And there is a square to Uranus. And so this is a problem with Russia big time. And it is partile, meaning it is the same degree. For him, for King Charles, Uranus is at 29 degrees. Neptune, I believe, is at 29 degrees. It's a really difficult transit. And sometimes it means that you're trying, something very shocking happens, but you're trying to do it and there's no good answer because of Neptune. It's like it's too muddled to figure out what's happening here. But I can definitely see some thievery. And I wondered, is there a possibility that there might be someone trying to hack the royal family?
It's a yes card with the Ace of Wands. You know, I was going to say something about the military. I don't know if you can see that, but is it like a military hack?
Okay, I'm going to take a look. Yeah, it could be.
Finances too, with the Knight of Pentacles. Mhm.
Okay.
Like a military funding hack. I don't know.
Let's say it's spies. And the seventh house is, of course, your allies and your partners. So someone's kind of coming in to the ally circle and just being completely shocking, surprising. And there's a strike and all of this other stuff. There's Venus, obviously, in Aries. So we're getting into Aries a little bit, which could actually be military. Here's my thought. In my mind, I'm looking at King Charles's solar return chart, and we've been looking at it for a while now. This is of a concern right here. And let's look at the third house of communications. In King Charles' solar return chart is Aquarius. This is an email. This is something. If Uranus, the Lord of Aquarius, is in poor aspect, it will be shocking and you won't have been able to plan for it. If it's a blue line, it's something that's could be good. It could be very swift. You like that type of aspect. He's got both. He's got a good one and a bad one. And because the third house is electronic and also communications, and there's an opposition to Scorpio, the sun in Scorpio, I wonder if there could be some kind of shocking email. And I wonder, there could be a couple of things. There could be something shocking from his brother, because we're talking the third house, and the third house is going to be activated soon. So November, December, January, February, March, April, probably around May. But from now until, the next few months, I wonder if somehow someone is going to try to hack the royal family, and they're going to use the names of either Duchess Meghan or Prince Andrew, where an official communication comes from them, quote unquote, but it's not really them. I mean, since their whole lives are really played out, social engineers can find out what would make someone communicate with someone. Is there a possibility something like this could happen, do you think?
The Six of Swords in reverse. This is leaked information. Swords are information, thoughts and documents. It's all that Mercury. It's a betrayal with that 10 of Swords and the Death card. It's like getting someone back through leaked or provided information. This is information being released.
Okay.
But it's a backstabbing.
So there's something that is going to be released. It could be shocking emails. Okay, so Jan, you said no email address to contact the king. You have to write a letter and no reply guaranteed. But I wonder if there's going to be someone maybe in the background trying to pose as maybe Prince Andrew's team or the Sussex's team, and they forward it along. Thank you, Jan. We're going to get to the bottom of it. And yeah, we were thinking about that too. Prince Andrew's possibly spy friend. This could be something like a some type of a reveal in the news too, more about the spies. Could we pull a card that has to do with Prince Andrew and what's the next phase for him with regard to scandal?
You know, I honestly feel like he is going to be protected in some way.
Okay.
Perhaps by an unlikely powerful person. Like he's put up boundaries. Other people are putting up boundaries or protections around him. So I don't know if he's going somewhere, but it actually looks like he's coming into money.
Yeah, I see that. I see that next year, especially.
Money. Yeah, and this is a 1-year card.
Oh,
like timing, this is a year away.
Yeah.
Yeah. He could be leaving.
Yeah. You think he's like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to be seeing him associated with the Royal Lodge after a little while. So
yeah.
he's tired of it. He is tired of it. So much going on with, 4 planets in. It is, it's so much Italian. I obviously it's got to have something to do with the Catholics and Italy, but I think this is also something that stops communication. And that's going to be March 11th to April 11th. I think it's probably going to be throughout March. Something is stopping. There's no more. Or, the Italians could be talking about something Saturnian related. But can you give me something else that we're going to see in the headlines where you can't communicate with apparently these people? Could be twin women. That's weird. Weird.
I knew this would come out. I saw it a moment ago. The sun in reverse. This is something stopped. And in the chart, the sun is right there. This is like something being blocked or delayed or prevented. And when you said some kind of twin, I got the Lover's card, which is our Gemini card, and that Ace of Cups in reverse with the 10 of Cups. This is if I just read this straight out, it's like a broken up family. Families being dispersed or broken up, or families not able to be together.
Those are little kids, and they're foreign kids. Okay. And we got that clue last time too.
Yeah.
Or I got that clue somewhere. But yeah, we were seeing, in fact, somebody unsubscribed because they didn't want to hear about little kids and, felt terrible about it. And I do too. But it's just, it looks like a bunch of foreign kids are going to have, how would you describe something like that?
Separation?
Maybe separation, maybe a tragedy of some sort. We've got, now this is for Evening Standard. This could be something, we've got North Node. You always want to look at North Node and see what you're going to get for the year or what one receives. And it's way up there for the Evening Standard. They are receiving something. This could be the newspaper itself receiving something. It also ties back here to these people. See, North Node is an Aries. I think that there could be some type of a win when it comes to something military for Great Britain. Yeah. What do you think?
I was going to say the same thing. Okay. It's a win, the 4 of Wands. That's, the homeland. That's the home. Real estate, 4th house types of energy. It's a celebratory kind of thing too.
Celebration. We always get that for like sports and Super Bowl. Yeah, when somebody wins.
Yes. The Olympics or something.
Yes. So maybe a sports win.
Maybe.
That everybody's excited about. Okay. I know the cards. Chinese email. Yes. Whispers. Epstein papers. And that Gemini. That is documents. So, documents. Saturn in Pisces could be historical secrets. So maybe something is being stopped when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andrew making money from Chinese investments. And yeah, maybe Dubai.
Mm.
Oh, he was? Is that verified? Andy was given a palace there by a crown prince in the UAE. Twin
Wow.
princess with auburn hair, possibly. From Jan, you know everything. Evening Standard gets insider info from Kensington Palace. Okay. Mintaka, you said, hi, Val, and everyone else. I'm late. These retrogrades have been so awful. I've been hacked and money stolen. So yeah,
Yeah.
definitely look at your banking stuff.
Yeah. Mine was blocked and it was me. They turned it off and made me call and verify that it was me, which was unusual. I'm like, this is me. This is not unusual. And I had to
Oh,
go through the whole thing. Yeah.
oh, yes, twinning.
Oh,
Toy, you said, I'll keep it up. Then I'm ready for summer. I was trying to motivate myself to get out for vitamin D. Yes, it's so, so important. And always love twins. Thanks everyone for joining us. We will see you again tonight, and I'll be on this weekend. So see you guys soon.